So this piece is from The Winter's Tale. It's Act 1, Scene 2, and I'm playing the character of Leontes. Now, in this scene, Leontes, who's a king, his best friend, who is another king, is visiting, and Leontes' wife is pregnant, and he convinces himself that she's having an affair with his best friend. Not that that's true, but he's getting obsessed with the jealousy, hence thy mother plays, because the mother is his wife, and he's saying, go, play boy, play, and it's to his best friend, and he's saying, no, you know what, yeah, just play, because everyone else is doing it, everyone else's wives are cheating on him, hence the line, while other men have gates, and those gates opened as mine against their will. The gates are the loyalty, the relationship, and the gates being opened mean that's gone now, and it's an open way for the wife to be with another guy, and by the wife being with another guy, that opens it up. That also links to the jealousy that Leontes is feeling at this time. That's the piece, like with a bit of context. I really like this piece because it shows the variety in my performance. I have played a lot of, even through my monologue rep, I've played a lot of nice characters who the audience sympathise for, and even though this is still quite a sad monologue, which is similar to the other ones, it has an underlying sadness. For example, in Henry VI, he's been banished from war. In Rare Birds, he's committing suicide. It's a suicide note. In East Haddam, he is saying how to be alone, and in this one, he thinks that his wife is cheating on him. So it's all got an underlying tone of sadness throughout, which is fine because the variety is still shown. It was a problem that I thought of, and I'd seen a few different monologues, but I also know that I can show difference in performance whilst also the storyline being that sadness. It could have been a problem, but I've worked on it not being, because of the different ways to perform. So first of all, I'm going to go through this performance, and then I'm going to look at it in a bit of a whole, but just because this is the last piece that I'm recording an explanation to, so I'm aware of all of my pieces that I've chosen now. So with this one, the physicality is, obviously he's a king, and it's a bit different to Henry the Sixth, because yes, he is also a king, but he is more of a less masculine king. So in Henry VI, he's had everything given to him on a silver platter, and he's had none of the responsibility because he became king at such a young age. Leontes is different. He is a lot more masculine. He's got a lot more work in shoulders back, head up, and a lot more grit in what he says, in how he says it, in how he commands, which I can show the difference through physicality, again, shoulders back, head up, whereas with Henry VI, it'll be a little bit less, but still showing that, what's the word, that formality in his position. Vocally wise, I can use a change of tone, which I did in the actual one. So the difference from Go Play Boy Play the first time and Go Play Boy Play the second time will be more emphasis on the second time, because I'll have explained it, and it's basically the mindset of Leontes is he has been cheated on, and that's what I want to get through, from the psychological aspect to the actual physical and vocal aspect of it. So whether that is, when I come to actually doing it, again, this was just a read through, using more arm movements and more kind of not soft and calm from one side to the other, more energetic and quick, snappy movements, and that can help show the difference between characters as well, because again, I don't want it to just be I'm a king doing something about I'm not involved, I'm a king doing something about I'm getting cheated on, because in general they're both quite similar, which is a bit of a problem, but I can show variety in this one compared to my other one through that physicality. With the classical piece, I wanted to choose another Shakespeare just because I haven't done Shakespeare before, and it's something that I've connected with, even though it's not been something that I've want to go into. I won't want to be a Shakespearean actor in the future. I want to go more down the screen route, and maybe the odd stage performance, but classical and Shakespeare and Greek and Elizabethan isn't something that I directly want to go down. But out of Greek, Elizabethan, Shakespearean, I enjoy Shakespearean a lot more, and I enjoy the challenge of understanding the thought process, understanding the language. I enjoy that challenge, and then the iambic pentameter as well, that can help me put emphasis on words. I enjoy doing that. So for my personal enjoyment, my personal attachment to the piece, which again I didn't get with my first contemporary monologue, hence why I changed it, that is what I was going for in this piece. With all of the pieces in general, I can show the difference in variety. So in a general way of speaking about it, in my first contemporary, which is Rare Birds, I am very sombre, very down, but it's more aggressive. More aggressive with that sad undertone, which is in everything that I've done, or that I've got for Monologue Rep. So that one's quite sad, and I might have my head down, but I'm directing it straight at the audience or just above them if it's a room. Yeah, the second contemporary piece from East Haddon, that one's more funny, again sad underlying tone, but that one's more upbeat and funny, so I can have a lot more physicality and be a lot more loose in my movements, which is something I have been given feedback on and I've wanted to work on, to show a bit of difference in my movements. With the first classical piece, Henry VI, I want to show that commandment, show that he's a king, whilst also showing the context and the backstory of the character. On that one I want to focus on the character a lot more, and with this one I can show that he's a king and that he's a powerful king, and that's the difference between the pieces. That's why I think this one's really, really good, and really important to have. And yeah, I think I've explained everything.